Hello everybody, welcome back. I am so excited to be here on SIMS today. Today I'm actually building in Willow Creek and we're making a little bit of an older build today. And of course, as you can tell, it's already built and you're probably a little bit confused, but let me run down all the problems I had with this build so I can pretty much kind of explain what actually happened here because a lot happened. First of all, this was supposed to be a full-time build and I was supposed to talk it out with you guys. It was about an hour long video that I edited fully. And to begin with the complications, I had already built this with you guys, but then that video completely disappeared. So I only had the time or like the clips of like me already decorating, which kind of sucked. So it was already starting off weird, but I still edited it that way. I made a clip of the beginning, which is what you're seeing right now, of me explaining what I had done that you didn't get to see me do. And then I realized that it was just kind of messy, so then I decided to just do it in like fast mode and like the speed limit. What's it called? I don't know, the speed build. So it's kind of more explanatory. But here I'm just showing you guys pretty much like the kitchen. I showed you guys outside, all the details I added, because you don't get to see me build the kitchen or the outside. And that's pretty much what I wanted to show you. Kind of how it looks outside so you can get to see then later on. And I also showed you a little bit of my other build that I did last video over there, just because I was really proud of how I did the landscaping since I didn't do it last time on that video that I did. I didn't really work on the landscaping. But anyway, I was really excited to do this and it was such a long process and I still wanted to post it. So even though it's a little bit of a messy time, here I am. By the way, this is like finally me starting. This is like the normal time. I'm actually starting the kitchen here. Well, not starting, but like I was doing the kitchen and I had filmed a second time. And finally, for some reason, I found these clips and everything else except the beginning, which is utterly weird. But yeah, it was such a hard and complicated thing. I didn't even think I was going to post it in the end because honestly, it was just such a messy thing. And I'm already working on other builds for my save file because this is in fact for my save file. And I was going to ignore this one, but I just decided not to. And I'm pretty much going to show you guys me doing it. And also explain to you guys who is living here. I already built the character or made the character and I know who is going to be living here and the reason why I made this build a little bit of a older build. I wouldn't say it's pretty old. It's not that old. It didn't make it old. I just made it lived in, used, not taken care of. And this man that I'm going to have live here is actually just a single, almost older man, an adult. He's single, has no kids, had nothing. His wife had passed away, not, I would say a long time ago, maybe a couple of years ago. And he kind of stopped taking care of the house because he got really super depressed and he misses his wife. And his wife was kind of like his light in his world. And I was building this kind of thinking of what it looks like when somebody's struggling and grieving somebody for an extremely long time. And I think I did a pretty good job. I kind of like the details more than I like the build overall. I feel like I didn't really plan this through. I just kind of started, so I didn't plan anything. So upstairs looks like a literal crazy, like I don't know what's going on upstairs. There's like no hallways, no nothing. It looks bad. I don't really like it. Honestly, I don't know. I really didn't like how I did the upstairs. There's really like no hallways at all. Nothing looks good up there. I feel like, well, it looks good. I really liked how everything ended up being or looking like in the end. What I didn't like is how I just didn't plan it out. So it's not exactly how I wanted, but it's all right. I'm okay with it. I feel like I'm pretty new at Sims, and it's okay that I don't know how to do it all. I just can't do it all, of course. But anyway, let me start with the pieces. I'm not sure that I can remember everything, but I used a lot of city living on this house because I just got it when I did this. And I used, I would say a ranch. Is that what it's called? I don't really even remember. Chicken, the chicken pack. I don't know. The railings outside and just a lot of things that I used pretty much are from either the chicken coop stuff or City Living. Like, for example, the kitchen, literally everything in the kitchen, the fridge, the stove, the counters, they're all from City Living, which I really enjoy. The wallpaper is also from City Living. And I think the doors and windows are just like normal default stuff that comes with Sims. I think I wouldn't, don't quote me on that because I'm honestly not sure. But yeah, as we know, the person that I did this house for is basically, he's that kind of person that the neighbors always say when they see him, or like when somebody asks about them, he's like, they would be like, oh yeah, like he kind of got ruined after he had his wife, like after his wife passed away. Like, he didn't always used to be like this. He used to be a very nice human being, and now he's just not. So pretty much what I got the idea from is that he's really, really, really grumpy. A bit of, not, I wouldn't say a bit of a slub, a lot slub. Like, he's a slub, period. And like, he just hates everybody. He's a hater. He doesn't like life. He isn't as happy as he used to be because his wife was his light, and she made him honestly like a human being and happy. And it sucks because I really feel for this guy that I made this house for. Like, to a certain extent, I'm like, oh my God, clean your house. But it's also, I love doing this. I feel like it was almost like an artwork to like see and add all the details and stuff of how like a house with somebody who doesn't care about it or just can't care about it at the moment, how it looks and how I wanted it to look in my vision, or how I thought it would look. And I really enjoyed doing it. I had a lot of fun. But also, downstairs, when I did the stairs to go upstairs, I totally forgot about those, first of all, and that's what you're currently seeing me do the living room. And while I was doing the living room, which I don't know why this is a theme, I just, like, certainly I'm always forgetting important parts. Like, last build, I forgot the kitchen, which is like, who forgets the kitchen? And then I had to end up doing it last minute. And then, like, now, well, it wasn't really last minute, but now I currently am forgetting the stairs and the fact that I did a second floor. So I feel like forgetting the stairs was kind of like the big part on why I just like genuinely forgot a hallway. So upstairs looks like a bit of a studio looking spot, but like with walls separating the office, the bedroom, and then the bathroom. But for the most part, it literally looks like a studio because I did no hallways. I don't know what it is. I built another house after this one, and it also looks like just like not well, just like not how I want it to. I don't know what it is with the hallways. It kind of looks like a box, my current build right now. I don't really know what that problem is that I have right now, that I genuinely just can't do that stuff, can't do the hallways correctly. But I will be working on it, and I do want to get better at just like having a pretty house and making it look like a real house. Like, obviously I know the houses like this exist, but I just wanted it to be more realistic with it. And for some reason I forgot the hallway, which, who forgets a hallway? Who forgets stairs to go upstairs? Clearly me. But again, everything pretty much that I used from here, I'm pretty sure the couch and the coffee table, I don't know, literally everything's from like City Living, because I was so overwhelmed with the City Living stuff. And I feel like the reason why I got City Living to make this like house was because City Living has like a lot of like, I would say like old rundown pieces, and I really enjoyed that about City Living. So I think most of it all is from City Living, and also like other packs that I have, which generally I can't name every single one, but I know that City Living was obviously used the most because it has a lot of rundown things. And also, I don't know if you catched on, but when I showed you the first clips of like pretty much showing you kind of like the things that I did in the end that I didn't get to show you in the beginning, like the outside of the house and a little bit of the kitchen. I don't know if you noticed, but the stairs that I will be putting on later on in the video are not the stairs that I end up using. So in the beginning of the video, you got to see the stairs that I ended up going with, and they're like this brown, I'm not sure from where, I probably should have checked that before I started talking about them, but these like brown stairs that kind of have no like platform in the bottom, so like you can pretty much like put stuff under them. And when I did this in like the normal time, I used like the white ones that are currently showing from the outside, like those exact ones I used. I think they're like default, I'm not sure. I used them and I hated them, and I thought they looked odd. And not only that, but the stairs that I used were not working because I guess there just wasn't enough space for the sim. So when I did start showing, like when I started my playtime, the sim wouldn't go up, which I'm about to show the stairs right now, actually. So that's funny that I'm talking about them. I just put them straight down. They already looked super duper odd. So I had to do something about it. And then I just realized that they just had to be turned. And then I didn't really like how the stairs looked anyway. So choosing other stairs and making it seem proper, honestly, 10 out of 10. And sadly, even the screenshots, I took the screenshots when I finished this build. So you didn't even like get to see how it actually looked unless you paid attention in the beginning, which it's okay if you didn't. But just know that like I did edit a few things out. And as you can tell right here, I'm actually taking off the ceiling because it wouldn't properly work because it was inside and I was trying to like turn it, like take it out, not take it out, but like put it to the front so it wouldn't go through the house, and it just wasn't working. So I removed it and then I completely forgot about it. And then again, I will be telling you the last film, the beginning. In the beginning, I shown that I actually did put that back, but it looks odd. So I do have to work on like how to switch that. It just keeps like messing with the inside, so I just kind of let it look really bad even when I added the ceiling back, which is okay. But you know, I still have time. It's just that I get anxious because I feel like I want to show you guys how I end up, oh my God, why am I saying how so many times? I'm going to say it again, I'm sorry. How it ends up being in the end. And obviously, it's impossible because I'm always constantly going back to these, well, not always and not all of them, but I do go back to a few of them and have like my playtime there or something, or like get inspiration. And I do change things, like, but I just wish that magically I could somehow edit it all in and show you guys how it looks now, which clearly is impossible because I will be editing this forever for the rest of my life because I might be working on this house multiple times. I might change things all the time. But anyway, here I am now upstairs, finally building the office, and basically a little storyline on the office. It's a place that is locked for him, so he doesn't really go in there because that was kind of like his wife's art place, or like his wife's I would say like the room that she would spend the most time in. He feels like it still smells like her. There's so many objects and like things that she used and before she passed away, and I feel like it's kind of emotional to him, so he doesn't really go in there. So it's all locked. And she was a painter, she was an artist, so there's a lot of like art things and art pieces in there, and it's very emotional, an emotional space for him to go in there. So he doesn't really go in there. It's locked for a reason. He feels odd in there. But this is me currently trying to figure out how the hell I'm supposed to do the upstairs, because I knew that it looked odd. And also I did keep using the same wallpaper because I just didn't really want to, you know, think about the wallpaper too much. I was already having like a lot of like wall issues and floor issues, changing the whole thing, why that is, and like getting stuff deleted and then having to go back, which I didn't show, but I had to like redo a lot of these things again multiple times because things kept being deleted because I was like working on trying to get the stairs to work properly and look normal, which I should have just changed the stairs. I didn't realize that I could have just changed it for some reason. And not only that, I didn't have a hallway. So it just like, it was really annoying me, and it's whatever. It all came out pretty in the end, even though, again, I don't have a hallway, which kind of disturbs me, and I keep mentioning, and I know it's probably getting annoying. But yeah, that's pretty much the reason why I didn't really work on the floor, like color or board or whatever, or the walls, because it was just stressing me out. And I already, at this point when I was upstairs, I was just like almost like I generally was done with this build. Like I was just stressing out. There was so much to do. Things just kept going wrong. I don't know, everything about this build was wrong. Not only the film that I didn't even know then, but like just everything. I don't know. It's just, I think it's mainly just because of my horrible planning on this build. I kind of just like went in, no inspiration pictures, nothing. Like I just kind of did it. Sucks that I did that because it came out a little not my favorite build in the end because of that, but whatever. I need to stop talking about the fact that this isn't my favorite build. Overall, I genuinely do and love the pieces that I put in this place and how I made it look overall in the end, even though it's not my favorite. And just kind of like the storyline behind it. So if anybody is interested on this house, if you're okay with the fact that it looks completely weird,
Um, it will be on my gallery, and my gallery is downstairs. My name on Sims, but it's YoG666, which is something I made when I was younger. Ignore. But anyway, um, yeah, I think that's pretty much all I have to say about this build. I don't think I have anything else to say. But I know there's a lot of times going, so I'm probably gonna talk about myself now. Click off if you don't want to hear about myself, but I'm most likely going to put on the screen the name of this game, perhaps, or I will tell you in a minute because I'm about to like log into my PC. Well, get inside my PC so I can show you what I'm talking about. But not show you, oh my gosh, tell you what game I'm talking about. But as we know, which if you have heard, well, not heard, but if you know anything about me, is that this is kind of like a new process. I just started playing on the PC for the first time. It's a very exciting time for me, and I also am new at Sims. So I'm pretty much new at all this, okay? And this is like me finding out about demos and finding out how PCs work and finding out about Steam, which I kind of already knew about Steam because I played Sims before on my MacBook. But like generally getting into a new world. And I started trying to find games that I didn't have to pay, which was a big shock that all these games are amazing out there and I have to pay, which obviously I will be getting slowly into that. But for right now, since I'm so new, I didn't really want to like force it on myself and like buy games, because like what if I never come back here again, which is, I don't believe that. But anyway, I'm about to show you guys. Not show you guys, oh my god, I keep saying show like you guys are seeing it, but not show you. Let me find it. Okay, there we go. This is, I don't know if anybody knows this game, but because it's free, but it's called Aurora Hills Chapter 1. Not because it's free, oh my god, that sounded so annoying. But it's called Aurora Hills, and it's only Chapter 1, and I found out about it maybe like the beginning of March, and I played it, and I don't know what it was. I think it's probably because I'm somebody who really enjoys like criminal, watching criminal like videos and like, what is it called, documentaries about people who have passed because of criminals, or like the word M. I'm somebody who is in the criminal justice field, so I've always enjoyed it. I've always enjoyed history. With it, about it. I don't know how to even say that, but I don't know. I always enjoy it, and I feel like we're following a detective here, so because of that, I feel like, I don't know, there's just something about this game that I felt in my soul. Like, it was so nice. It was so cozy to me. And like, it was like a kind of dark, and just like the way that it looked, like I loved it. I don't know. Just like, I don't know what the word would be. I forget right now, but maybe I'll put it on the screen. Just kind of how the images are on the PC. Like, oh, I loved it. And if you have a MacBook, I think this is available on a MacBook, but I just loved it. Like, it felt so nice being in there and like piecing things together. And what sucks though is that we actually don't get to piece anything together in the end. Sorry, is that a spoiler? I mean, I guess you do piece things together because it's kind of like a puzzle game thing, but not that you really have to follow the puzzle. I wasn't really there to like think, honestly. I was genuinely there just to like feel the vibes, and I utterly love the vibes. I loved Aurora Hills, and I don't know when chapter 2 is coming, but oh my gosh, I want it so bad. So bad. Like, I need it. And I don't know when it's gonna come out, or maybe in years. But I loved it being in there, and I would totally play it again just for the feeling of it. And I finished it, I think, in an hour. So it didn't take that long, but like, I just loved it, and I wish that I could go back in there and just like keep playing this game. But again, it was very short, and I love the feelings of it. As somebody who's in the criminal justice field and will be in the future, because I'm currently studying it, obviously, I loved it in there. I felt like a real detective. It was so nice. I don't know what it is. The feeling was just like, I don't know. I can't even explain it into words. I feel like you just have to kind of play the game for you to know. But I really enjoyed it. If you are somebody who just who plays Sims but also plays like other games, like, totally check this out. I don't know. It might depend on who you are and how you are and what you enjoy in games and what you don't. It's a very peaceful game. You're not really moving in the game. You're just kind of like pressing things and reading about them and whatever that means. I don't really know how to explain it. But it's just so cozy, especially if you like listening to crime podcasts or like crime videos, or you like documentaries, or you like stuff like that. But that is all I have for you guys. I hope that you guys really, really enjoyed this. Thank you so much. Here you will finally be able to see the screenshots. Come back, maybe. Let me know what builds you want to see. Subscribe. Thank you for watching. Bye.